Stampers, Deb Valder here, your Fun Stampers Journey Coach, and today I'm going to bring you a fun fold card. It is absolutely the most easy card to do, but it's just folded a little bit of a different way. You can always find the measurements on my blog. I'll tell you them here, but if you ever need to get them in the future, just hop on over to my blog and you can get them there. They'll always be written down. Make sure you subscribe to my blog as well as my YouTube videos, Instagram, my business Facebook page. And they're just all filled with good information. But today I'm going to do it, show you this card, and I'm going to be using the Humble and Kind stamp set, just a really pretty stamp set that I've used quite a bit. You've seen me use do quite a few cards with it. I'm also going to be using the Farmyard Friends, and I've used the words out of this one for today. And I'm also going to be using my circles. And remember, these two go together. So if you have one, you need the other. It's the Circle Around die set and the Journey Circle set. They're absolutely fantastic to have. I'm also going to be using our Color Splash pencils, and these are our watercolor pencils. When you get your set, you want to make sure that you open them up. All of these will show you how to mix your colors together to get you even more colors, but we have 48 colors in this stamp, or in this pencil set. So one sets on top of the other. They're just amazing pencils. I'm also going to be using my blender pen, my blender brush right here, so that I can blend my colors together. We do have a magnificent blocks that I'm using to attach my, my stamps to. And remember that our stamps all have the images right on them, so that you do not ever have to put any of that little plastic on it. They are exactly the way they are in the front to the back, so that the images match up perfectly, so you can get a beautiful, you can layer, you can do everything with these blocks. They're absolutely amazing. All right, and I'm also going to be using some of our Chambray shirt ribbon, which is one of our new colors that I've kind of incorporated all of that, and the Good Life Prints paper right here. So that's the paper pack that I'm using. All right, so let's get started. Now that I've shown you all of that, I'm going to bring in some of my grid paper. And remember, you can purchase the grid paper. I love our grid paper, but you can purchase the grid paper to use. It's great for measuring, but it's also good as a splash barrier, whatever. All right, so here is the entire card. So this is a piece of cardstock that's 4 1/4 by 11, and I have scored it at 1 7/8 right here, and I have scored it at 7 3/8. All right, so 1 7/8 and 7 3/8. Let me grab my crease tool here, and you'll see that they just meet right here perfectly. All right, 1 7/8, 7 3/8. That's all there is to this. All right, and then the layering parts of it you can get on my blog. So the next piece that we're going to do is the inside piece. This is just 4 by 5 1/4, and I'm going to use some of my Easy Glide to attach this. And this is just the inside piece. Because I'm using a piece of colored cardstock, I do like to have an inside piece that is white. Very unusual for me to use a colored piece of cardstock on the outside, but this one lent itself wonderfully to the colored cardstock, because I'm also going to be using some of, like I said, our Good Life Prints paper. Now, for this card right here, I did use the checked and the stripes, but on this one, I think what I'm going to do is add this to the top, and then for the bottom piece, instead of using the stripes, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the flowered part. I'm just going to kind of go outside the box here a little bit. There we go. Now these pieces all line up perfectly, and that's what I love about this card. So you've got this visual line that goes down, but when you open it up, you'll see that this visual line goes up too. I'm very symmetrical, and I love the way that looks. You see how that all just kind of flows together? Same here. All right. So now what I'm going to do is to add my circles. So this is the one with the little stitched lines, and these are the ones with the little polka dots in them. And we're going to add these to this little piece right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take and just put adhesive on one side of it. And that's so very important, because if I put adhesive on all of it, I would literally glue this piece totally down. All right, see, by not having adhesive right here, it doesn't glue itself down to this piece of paper. And then I'm just going to add this piece right here, and this one I am going to put all of the adhesive on because I do want it to stick to this whole circle right here. Now, I did not adhere these up. I did not pop these up with our foam squares. I'm going to do that to the rooster. The next thing that I'm going to do is to take my rectangle pieces right here, and I'm going to take black licorice ink and stamp the words, life is good. All right, so we're going to take, there we go, and I'm going to add that with my Easy Glide to this, and then I'm going to take some of our foam squares right here and add that to the back end of this. All right, add that to the bottom of my card right here. All right, and then we're going to take, I'm going to do this last. I'm going to take some of my cotton chambray shirt ribbon. I love this ribbon. It does actually feel just like, it feels just like a shirt, like a shirt. It's just the coolest thing ever. I'm just going to tie this in a knot. I did go all the way around the card. Well, the inside of it, I'll show you in just a minute. I'm going to take some of my Grand Pro shears, all right, and just trim off the ends. Now, you know I cut everything with these shears, and they are as sharp as the day I bought them. They are the best scissors out there. I'm not kidding you. Now, I want this to be centered on here, so I'm just going to take and open this up. All right, I'm going to move the inside and the outside at the same time so I don't rip my paper, and then just kind of line up that knot with this part right here. All right, so far so good. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take and we're going to grab our watercolor pencils. I pre-stamped and cut out my little rooster right here, and I'm just going to color him in with my watercolor pencils. Let's bring this little guy in here. I'm going to start with the reds, and I'm just going to color in his little head piece right up in here. Now, when I color, I like to color like on the outsides and then bring colors in. All right. And all of this is going to be blended together once I get all my colors on here. All right, so here we go. Ready? Let's grab our little piece right here. I'm just going to grab a paper towel, making sure my brush is clean to start with. I'm going to go back in and add some of my darker blue up here at the top because I want that to be really, really dark around the edges. All right. Yeah, I don't want to overdo it, but yeah, that's not bad. Let me just grab a little bit of dark brown here. And I'm taking the color right from the pencil, so it's more concentrated. Just adding a little bit here and there. So that's my another 10-minute or less card. I'm telling you, 10-minute cards are the best in the world, and these are them. Even cutting out this little guy, he's amazing. All right, so now I'm just going to take some of my foam squares right here. I'll do one at the top. Oops. Here at the top. One over on his tail, and then just one over here to give him some dimension. And that's going to go right on the middle of that circle right here. And there is another card that is 10 minutes or less. Isn't that so cute? Now, what you have to do is you have to leave me a comment and tell me which one you like better. Do you like the one with the stripes, or do you like the one with the flowers? I love them both, but I just love doing this card. It's so easy and so simple, and like I said, less than 10 minutes, you've got a really different kind of card because it's a different fold. I hope you enjoyed my post for today. You take care, have a great day, and thank you so much for stopping by.